Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Shawn Anthony, and today you are here for Extra Credit Fridays. And what we do on the show with this particular episode is we go back, we revisit an iconic conversation and give it to you in less than 5 minutes. And today we're back with none other than Vinnie Potestivo. And I love this episode because this is somebody who has built so many different celebrity brands working behind the scenes. And we're going to talk about how to find creative outlets, the best way to identify talent, and much, much more. Sit back and enjoy this week's Extra Credit Fridays on School's Over Now What with the one and only Vinnie Potestivo. You know, I could tell this conversation is about to go because you're one of those people that's like one of those great minds and great thinkers that we still have on this planet right now that we can kind of tap into. So on this episode, I made it a point to make sure we tap into the mindset of like, how does Vinny think, right? You're talking about somebody right now who has been behind the talents of like what Mandy Moore, the Ashley Simpsons, the Tyrese's. I mean, this is big. So when you think about talent in general, right? Like how do you, and we'll get to, you know, your time spent, you know, with MTV, but how do you identify talent?
Oh, it's goosebumps. It's a smile. It's who brings me joy, who brings me happiness, who brings me who brings me promise that something greater can happen that I wasn't aware of could happen. An emotion, a story. Um, uh, it's like falling in love. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's love at first sight is what talent is to me. You know, and uh, I love that about talent is that it comes from a person. So you have the ability to fall in love with true talent. You can follow that talent in that person for a long time. So yeah, there's lots of actors and musicians and artists and personalities that I've worked with. Their talent is so beautiful. Their goals are so much bigger than any screen, you know, could ever hold
Mm.
that it calls you to do that. And as a kid, I was, you know, I'm not necessarily the most creatively talented person. I went to school on a vocal scholarship, and I went to Wagner College, and I have a business degree in arts management, and so I got a scholarship, which means something. But I also think I was just really good at the audition, to be
Mm.
honest, and it's such a huge. That's like the one of the biggest pivotal moments in my life was mastering the audition, using an opportunity to impact somebody and impress them in a non-traditional way, because I am not the best singer, I am not the best actor.
What are some of
I'm
those
not even talking
non-traditional
about
ways?
dancing. No, you know. Well, I'm myself. I got my own energy. You know, there's a certain way about me. I'm very comfortable in my uniquity. I think that I found, I've accepted some of the things that, you know, my voice may be a little bit higher, my gestures may be a little bit bigger. Um, that's my grandma. I don't care. That's like the best part of me. So I'm proud, you know, when I see that stuff in playback. I see her actions. I see her hands moving. I hear her voice, you know, and so and some of those things, you know, might have deterred me in the beginning part of well, certainly. So I don't even want to. I'm kind of like I'm pretending like I didn't want to be on camera when I was 19, 18, 20, you know, in college. I would have loved to have been on camera. And I had some cool opportunities come my way, but to be honest, I didn't want to wake up. I don't love 4 a.m., 5 a.m. call times. I don't appreciate people who tell me what I have to eat based on losing weight. I didn't like that conversation. I just like to be honest, I like to be comfortable. I'm very healthy, and I can definitely stand to lose some pounds, but that's cool. Those extra pounds keep me in the gym my entire life. So I'm healthy. You know what I mean? I didn't want to say I love you to someone to, just to get paid. And I didn't want to kiss somebody. It's really the thing, is like, as an actor, it's like a weird thing, but um, I didn't ever want to be in a situation where I have to kiss somebody that I'm not like married to. And I do, you know, like that was always a big part of my life. So, so those were the reasons why, very weird reasons, but it allowed me to stay. But I love being on set. I love the
Mm.
magic of live TV and countdown and the audience, and I love the rehearsals. I love the the conversations afterwards. You know, I love and I grew up watching TV, and I grew up watching um, like sort of game shows and morning shows, and I grew up, watching Hollywood Squares was like a treat for me, you know. So I loved watching personalities, I
Mm.
loved getting to see personalities behind the actors who I really respected. And at MTV, that's what I mean, that's exactly what I got to do. Beyonce comes to mind because I was a casting coordinator on Carmen, a hip opera on MTV.
Oh
So
wow.
when it came time for her to audition for her role, there were three people in that room: me, her, and the director. And uh, just to be that close to brilliance, I remember every second of it too. By the way.